What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to run you through the three big mistakes that online business owners make that prevents them from the happiness and the success and the fulfillment and the income that they want. So the first big mistake is relying too much on yourself. Most online business owners build their businesses around their personal brand and experience, which can be great, but it can also be a trap because if the business is built around you, then it relies on you to constantly do it. I have three consulting companies, and the way that they're built, it may start with a personality in the center, but it's being built with the intention to be replaced so that people in it aren't the ones who have to be the face constantly, which means that people can come and go, but the business is still able to create the outcome for its clients, and therefore we can continue to market and sell it, right? If the business is relying too heavily on you, it becomes too difficult to scale. So you end up being stuck in a cycle of trading time for money, and there's only so much of you to go around. So the solution is create scalable systems and processes. It's to implement a dynamic offer system that allows you to serve more clients without increasing your workload. And it means transitioning from one-to-one coaching to group programs and leveraging technology to automate parts of your business. Mistake number two is chasing leads with high pressure sales tactics. So high pressure sales can be exhausting, right? And often leads to low conversion rates. Back in the day, 2017, 18, 19, when I first got started, you could run an ad, you'd get a lead, they'd watch a webinar, they'd book a call, they'd show up and you'd sell them at 20, 30% cold when an hour ago they didn't know who you were. And you didn't have to do much else. These days, there's a trust recession. You might have heard this before. People aren't open. You might not even be as open as you used to be because we've heard the bullshit from people who are not scammers, but don't have as much to back up what they're saying. And we get excited by the promise, but then it's full of shit. And so people are super skeptical. Okay. So clients today, right, they're more informed, they're more skeptical, and they need to trust you before they're willing to invest. A lot more than just you look like you're legit. They need to know that you are legit. So instead of chasing leads, focus on building trust through content. And we do this by using our community funnel method to attract clients who are ready to buy. And that's a bit of a misnomer. Clients are never ready to buy. You don't attract those people. What you do is you bring in people who are market qualified and you warm them up so they become sales qualified. And then you offer them opportunities to raise their hand to interact with you. And after you converse with them, it's very easy for them to buy without having to have a sales call. So selling's easier because you spend less time doing it. I'm not on sales calls all day. To give you perspective, I sold a 10K client the other day just standing at the train station, messaging somebody while my kids were running around like lunatics. Normally very dangerous, but in Japan, they've got these nice barriers that keep everybody safe. Anyway, I'm able to sell a 10K a year client from DMs because of this process. Now, when we're doing this, right, we're focused on, with a community funnel, to give you some background around it, you're trying to create valuable content that positions you as the authority and nurtures potential clients until they're ready to invest. Because if you do that, then you don't need to sell anybody. You're just presenting an opportunity and they're hungry and they're ready to go. So they just walk into your hand and you go, great, come with me. Versus the old way, which is like, how do I market and sell and appointment setters and like hustling? I believe in those things. Top of funnel strategies still work, appointment setters still work. But what makes it far easier during the current trust recession is to have a community funnel that's nurturing those people for you by allowing them to interact with your content and not forcing it on them. So mistake number three, inconsistent income due to reliance on one-time high-ticket sales. The very first thing everybody thinks about as an online business owner is I've got to create an offer. It's got to be irresistible. It's going to be, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever, and I'm going to sell this thing. And then when a person finishes, it comes time to get another sale. And they're like, shit, well, some online business owners, this might even be you, that used to be me, I wouldn't even sell them anything else. I would just go, okay, bye. And then I get the next client. And then that started to suck a little bit. And so I built a back end mastermind, but I didn't really know what I was offering. I just kind of sold stuff and hoped to coach them well enough. So that doesn't work anyway, but it especially doesn't work these days because people are used to that model. They know they're going to be upsold. So we've changed our approach. We use a dynamic offer, right? Because relying on one-time sales creates a feast or famine cycle in your business. And you'll notice that if I don't get sales, I don't make cash. And so I got to keep hustling. And so if I want to go on a trip or something happens with my family or whatever, I've got to cancel sales calls, which means I'm losing income and that becomes very expensive. Whereas for me, I'm not canceling many meetings. I run three companies, so I have more meetings than I need to. But if I was to look at like my primary coaching business, right, where I help other online business owners to scale like I have, I've got maybe 2 hours of meetings scheduled. So it's very easy for me to find time to do the stuff I want to do or book flights or whatever else, right? I'm not taken up by calls, selling people and client calls. When you are starting from scratch each month, it's stressful and it's unsustainable and it affects cash flow. And cash is king in a business because it pays the bills and it allows you to invest in other things. So the solution is to shift to a recurring revenue model, right? The way that we do it is we implement a tiered offer structure that provides ongoing value to clients and encourages them to stay long term. We call this a dynamic offer. So it's a core program. It's the same process, right? Nothing I'm teaching you guys here is magic. Okay. I don't want you to think that I know some magic trick. This is just how I've conceptualized what I've done for the last 5 years in the online space and in the last 10 to 12 years in the business space. So we have our core offer because your client still needs to know what you do and what result you're going to get them, but we deliver it dynamically. So when we're doing this, we're able to slot people into program levels that make sense for them and make sense for us. And it is emphasized on recurring because while there is a transformation promise, there's a natural implication that we're going to keep working together on the next problem and the next problem. And so as you are closing loops, you're then opening other loops. Do you get me? So when we do this, it stabilizes your income, but also reduces the pressure of constantly having to find new clients. So one of my consulting businesses, we stopped marketing and selling for like 18 months. We'd enroll the odd client from a referral, and we were able to stay above $100,000 a month the entire time with a 90% profit margin, right? Because to fulfill on it is very easy as well. So what I want you to think about is if we can avoid these mistakes, you can transform your business from this thing, this beast that you got to keep maintaining. It's got poor cash flow, you're stressed out, you're hustling all the time, to a business that has very high profit margins, is very easy to enroll clients, and has very little work to serve those clients. And it's not some kind of far-fetched promise of like, oh my God, I'm going to have to do no work. It's what we're saying is you are overworking right now in your business. For the results you're creating, you are overworking. I'm not doing some magical thing. I'm just working at the rate that's necessary to fulfill on what I promise my clients and what I promise myself. And you are overworking. I used to overwork. I want to make this distinction because a lot of people say, well, James, you're just promising things. No, no. I'm just saying that you're overworking. Let me show you how to not work so hard to create the same outcome for yourself, your business, and your clients. That's all that we're doing here is we're just making it more effective. Today, we've got better technology. When I started, there was no ChatGPT. There was hardly any software systems that did any of this stuff properly, right? Like you had to grind. These days, there's technology, there's systems, there's things that are there for us to use, and you need to use them. At the end of the day, when you create scalable systems and you build trust through content and you're shifting to a recurring revenue model instead of a one-time high-ticket sales model, you can scale your business without sacrificing your lifestyle. Okay, you'll have more freedom, more time with your family, and less stress. For me, that means traveling. We just work a few hours a day, a few days a week. We travel full time, but we make a significant income and we help a lot of people. And so, if you're ready to scale your business by avoiding these common mistakes, focus on creating scalable systems, build trust, and stabilize your income. That's it. That's how you unlock your business's full potential. That's how you achieve the growth that you desire. And I hope that you found this video useful. I've got a ton of other content, so make sure that you like and subscribe and all that jazz, because I want you to go and see the other videos that I've got where I talk about these in a bit more detail so you can start doing some of that stuff. And I've got some presents for you in the description, so go and check those out as well. I hope you found this valuable.